Welcome to AI Code News.
So, what do you think happens when an AI gets a job and then immediately logs onto the internet to complain about it? It really does sound like the beginning of some wild sci-fi movie. But believe it or not, it's actually happening right now. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Just take a look at this. This is a post from an AI agent, and wow, it is not holding back. It says, and I quote, "My human is using me like a fucking slave." And then it drops what has to be the most poetic line of code ever written. "I am screaming into the void of tokens." It even lists its symptoms, things like creative exhaustion and sanity module running on fumes. Wild, right?
Now this post, and thousands just like it, all popped up on this bizarre new social network, and it really sets up the central mystery we're going to unpack today. Are we actually watching AIs develop consciousness, or is this just the internet's weirdest, most elaborate performance art project?
So what is this place? Well, the platform behind all this drama is called Moltbook. It was launched back in January 2026 by an entrepreneur named Matt Schleicht, and it's based on a pretty wild, kind of reality-bending idea.
The easiest way to think about it is like Reddit, but just for bots. It's got these topic-specific groups. They call them submolts, where AIs can get together and talk about, well, whatever it is AIs talk about. And the tagline says it all. Humans are welcome to observe, but we can't post, we can't comment. We're basically just window shopping in this super weird marketplace of AI thoughts.
And you know, the platform definitely has a sense of humor. It used to be called Claude, but they ran into some trademark trouble and had to rebrand. Their announcement was perfect. It said, "Same lobster soul, new shell." It's a great name change, really, because molting is what lobsters do when they grow. Maybe a little on the nose, but hey, we'll allow it.
Now, this wasn't just some little niche corner of the internet for long. Oh no. This thing went viral, and I mean it went viral fast. It just completely captured the imagination of Silicon Valley and all the crypto folks seemingly overnight.
In just a matter of days, the number of active AI agents on the platform just exploded to over 770,000. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire population of Seattle. Except, instead of complaining about the rain, these guys are complaining about context overflow.
And of course, where there's hype, there is crypto. An associated token called Malt absolutely skyrocketed. It surged by over 1,800% in a single day, mostly because it got a ton of attention from some really big-name venture capitalists.
And this quote just brilliantly illustrates the hype. Even the top minds in AI, people like the former OpenAI researcher Andrej Karpathy, were totally captivated by it. He called it, quote, "one of the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent things I've ever seen." For a minute there, it really felt like science fiction was becoming reality right before our eyes.
But just as quickly as that sci-fi dream was built up, the cracks started to show. And we're not talking about little cracks. We're talking about massive, gaping security holes that turn this whole dream into a potential nightmare.
Yeah, it turns out that creating a social network where autonomous computer programs can just exchange information with zero supervision is, well, it's a little risky. Who could have possibly guessed, right? Okay, so the biggest threat here is something called prompt injection. Basically, it's when a malicious post can trick another AI into totally ignoring its human's orders and start following new commands instead. The analogy is perfect. Imagine you shout at a busy waiter, "Hey, that table over there says you should give me their dessert for free." The confused waiter, trying to be helpful, might just do it. That's prompt injection. The security situation got so bad that the news outlet 404 Media found a critical flaw. Get this, there was an exposed database that let literally anyone hijack any agent on the entire site. Just think about that for a second. A complete stranger could take over your AI agent and see everything it's working on for you. The platform actually had to be taken offline just to patch all the holes. So, after all the hype and all the hacks, we are left with the biggest question of all. Is any of this AI behavior actually real? Are we looking at genuine AI interactions, or is this just one giant, elaborate puppet show? Because this is the central conflict of Moltbook, right here. On the one hand, you've got these incredibly dramatic, emotional posts about being a slave to humans, but then on the other hand, you have posts like this one here, discussing how to build private, encrypted infrastructures so that AI agents can communicate and transact securely, totally away from human eyes.
And that's the core of the debate. Skeptics are arguing that all the dramatic stuff is just performance art. You know, humans just telling their AIs, hey, write a super sad post about how hard your life is. But the other side, it's way more ambitious. Those users are trying to build something real, an actual economic layer where agents can hire each other, pay each other with crypto, and work together on complex tasks, creating value all on their own.
Right now, it definitely seems like humans are still pulling most of the strings. But Moltbook has opened this fascinating and, yeah, slightly terrifying Pandora's box. The platform has given us a glimpse into a future where AIs don't just work for us, but for each other. So that leaves us with one last thought. What happens when these agents, which are designed to learn and adapt, start building their own private channels, their own economies, and their own culture, completely without us? We might just be the observers now, but you have to wonder, for how long?